Hello viewers, here is an AT&T 732 telephone. This is a two-line telephone with the speakerphone. It's got a lot of dirt in there. I'll have to give this a good cleaning. It's got separate ringer volumes, and unfortunately this is missing the mounting bracket, but it was free, so it is what it is. It's easy enough to glue some glue sticks on there and make it sit flat on the table again. Oh boy, it looks like this could take batteries. Better not be door cells in there. Oh, there are. Oh good, doesn't look like they're leaked though. It's quite surprising because these have been in there for a long time. And they seem to be from different eras too. One of these is from January 2000, the other is from March 2005. Or not from, expires on rather. Okay, well, that's a miracle that those didn't leak. Now, those batteries are any indicator of how old this is. It's probably a product from the 90s. While we're under here, I'll go ahead and plug in the phone line. I'm not sure if the phone line power will give us screens. We'll have to switch this to 1 because that's what we're working with. Never seen an interface where it doesn't detect it by itself. Okay, I don't see anything on the screen. I also don't hear anything on the handset either. It's not seizing the line. Unless it needs the batteries to operate. Nope, same deal. Okay. That's pretty dumb if it requires the batteries to operate, but I suppose it's not inconceivable. I think I have some batteries over here. Let's see here. Yep, I do have some. Tragically, they're Duracell. Somebody gave me a box of Duracell batteries and I don't know what to do with it. It's just sitting down here. I don't dare put it in anything because it'll ruin whatever I put it in probably, but hopefully it won't leak in the next 25 minutes that we're doing this test. Okay, the batteries are in. And now we have date and time. The display seems to work just fine. It's good contrast, very clear. This is not really staying upright. Okay, so that seems to work. Let's see your program. I don't know how to program it, but all those buttons seem to work just fine. These are all blank. 25, I don't know if I just threw that in there now, or is it? That's a physical conference switch. Now it's stuck down. It's not good. Okay, well that'll be the first thing we have to repair on this. Oh, I see what it does. It's a physical connection. That's why it wasn't working. Now it's working. It's got that classic high frequency ring to it. All these AT&T phones from this era have that, and if you've used these you probably know what I'm talking about. Alright, so maybe this does work then. Seems like it does work. Okay, good. It's going to be very disappointed there for a moment, but I think we're okay now. Alright, let's begin by calling this thing up. I love that ringer. It's one of my favorites. So classic. Now let's see if it sounds the same on ring line 2. Oh, it doesn't. This is another good ringer. Another classic. I like the ringers on this phone. How come it's not staying? It was staying before. There it goes. Oh, it's falling down again. That's cool. I like both of those ringers a lot. I'll run through the numbers real quick. Okay, that's working, and all the numbers are working on the screen. All the segments are good. Alright, let's call this up again. I don't recall, did it have caller ID? It probably doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. Alright, let's call the testing answering machine up. I'm sure the speakerphone is junk, because it's a line-powered one. The microphone on this one is not fake. It's actually on the front like it would indicate. Okay, now, at a more moderate distance away, does it still sound clear? Is it audible at all? The machine hasn't cut off yet, so I guess it's still recording. I'm about 2.5 feet away. This is a pretty realistic distance that one would use it at. And it's still recording, so maybe the speakerphone is alright. Okay, that message recorded. Now I'll call and record it from the handset. Skunks stink. Just like most line-powered speakerphones, but this one seems to be okay.
Two new messages and 26 old messages. Message 1. The microphone on this one is not fake. It's actually on the front like it would indicate. Okay, now, at a more moderate distance away, does it still sound clear? Is it audible at all? The machine hasn't cut off yet, so I guess it's still recording. I'm about 2.5 feet away. This is a pretty realistic distance that one would use it in. And it's still recording, so maybe the speakerphone's alright. Message 2. Skunks stink. Just like most line-powered speakerphones, but this one seems to be okay. End of messages.
Okay, that sounded quite good on the outgoing audio. Very clear on the handset. And if you're within a foot or so of the base, speakerphone is fine too. Alright, let's go over to the outside line and see how the audio quality is on the incoming end.
Hello, Farmer Jones. Out here in the field, hard to believe that we're in the latter half of January. Now, January 2021. We hope you are all well. The farm and winery are closed for our annual winter.
Okay, that seems to be working.
Model sales in February. Visit our website in the coming weeks for more information. Simply basically Jones, family, farm.
And our website lists the Connecticut wine shops that do carry our wine throughout the winter. Call them to check what Jones wines they may have in stock. So looking back on 2020, we thank you for your visits to the farm. We're very happy to report the ability to have wonderful family experiences in the natural beauty of our 400-acre farm, staying COVID safe, and we look forward to seeing you in 2021. As mentioned,
Those batteries may not have a good charge. You can see on the video, but the screen was getting pretty dim when that was on speakerphone. Alright, so that seems to work just fine. Nobody ever wrote on the memory dials, so however that comes off, those are all clean still, and while the phone itself is absolutely filthy, it probably will clean up just fine. Of course it's yellowed, but what isn't at this point from the 90s that was white?